Good morning, children. Children, today we shall start with the new lesson of economics, that is development. Children, this is the first lesson of economics development. So, we'll start with first with meaning of development. That what does the term development means? So, according to me, or in your book also, no specific meaning of development is been given. Development means it is the criteria of different people. Different people have different notions, different ideas about development. If I take, if we do a survey in the whole country and ask people, according to you, what should be done for the development of the country? Different people will have different ideas. For example, some people will say that for development of country, first and foremost, population of our country should be controlled. Some people may reply that for development, corruption should be stopped. Some people may say that until and unless 100% literacy is not there in our country, development will not take place. So, development is different for different people. Different people have different ideas about development of country or a people. So, children, a country can only develop or national development can only take place when people of the country are developed. So we learn in the further videos also that country can only develop whose people are developed. That country can only come in category of developed country whose residents are developed, whose residents have more income. So in this lesson we are going to study about what is development, how human beings of the people can develop, and due to human beings how that country can come in category of developed country. So in short we'll study all these things in this lesson. Then we'll study about what is development for different sections of society, in which we'll take example of small farmers, big businessmen, and different other examples. According to them, what is the meaning of the term development? Then we are going to study in this lesson about how different countries and different states are compared with each other so that it can be measured that which state or which country is more developed in our country or in world. So comparison between different countries and states will be done in this lesson. Then we'll study about public facilities, that what are public facilities and how does provision of public facilities lead to development of the nation. And in the last part of the lesson, we'll study about Human Development Index. That how, what is the index for measurement of development of people living in the different countries. Then children will study about Body Mass Index. What is BMI? And how BMI is being calculated. And how BMI is also a criteria for measuring the development of a country. So in short, we are going to study about all these points in this lesson, development. So children, first, let us start with how comparison between different people and different things are done in case of development. We'll take example of children studying in school. Children, for example, we are organizing many curricular activities, many competition in the school, and you see that during that time, our teachers, our house in charges, then different captains of the school, they are being told, you'll be knowing this is happening in the school. Last year only it happened. Different Rangoli competition, quiz competition, sports competition. And during that, it is seen that work is been given to different monitors, to group in charges, to house in charges to collect the name of children participating in various activities. Suppose if any quiz competition is been organized in a school, then the house in charges or the monitors, they will collect, or the class teacher, they will collect the name of the students, those who have more general awareness. Okay, That will be the criteria because the quiz competition is there. In that, general awareness GK is essential. Then suppose after a month there is another competition of sports. For example, a kabaddi team has to be selected. So for selection of kabaddi team, what is required? The children, those who are having good physique, those who are having good sports quality, those who are physically strong, those who know how to play kabaddi, they will be selected. That means they should have these qualities. Then suppose if a drawing competition is going to be held. So for selecting that student, the children, those who are having good drawing, those who are good at drawing, they are being selected, isn't it? So children are selected according to their quality or according to their different criteria are fixed. So in the same way, for comparing the different countries, whether they are developed or developing, certain criteria are being fixed. But there are different criteria, but we have to just consider one main criteria. That what should be the main criteria for comparing the different countries? And that criteria which was fixed in past and now also this criteria is being undertaken, and this criteria is income of the country children. Country, those who are earning more, those who have more income, that country comes in category of developed country. So now what is the income of the country children? Income of the country is income of people living in the country or income of the residents of the country. So for calculating the income of the country, and that income of the country is known as national income. So for calculating national income, what has been calculated? Total income of the residents of the country. So it's very clear, if income of the people of the country is more, if people of the country are rich, then naturally that country comes in category of developed country. Take for example USA, Japan, China. People living in this country are very rich. They have more income. So naturally you see when we make comparison, mostly you see in the news channels also, in different magazines also, these countries are considered developed country. And countries like Sri Lanka, India, Pakistan and various other countries, their income is not so high. In the further videos, we'll study about that what is the criteria fixed for developed and developing countries. So these countries, as the income is not more, people living in the country, for example, in our country, all people are not rich. Still we have a last section of, we have studied this in class 9th. I have only taught you that still poverty prevails in our country. Still many people in a country, they're living below poverty line. So children, it's natural. When people of a country are not rich, when 100% of people of a country, then naturally income of a country will be low. So national income of that country is low, whose people they are not earning more. So national income totally depends upon the income of the people. So that countries come in category of rich countries who have more national income, and the countries whose people are poor, countries where still poverty prevails, those countries come in category of poor countries. So here we have learned about that what criteria should be used for measuring the developmental level of the countries. So this we have discussed. Now the second aspect that we are going to discuss is only income is not the criteria through which we can measure the development of a nation. We can also say that material things are not only, they not only matter for development of a person or development of a nation. There are many other things, they are equally important than money. That means non-material things are also very important. We cannot see them, we cannot measure them, but then also they are very important for development of a person. So just imagine the role of your friends in your life. Take for example, while teaching in class also I give this example every year. Suppose a rich boy who is very rich, he has taken admission in your class, isn't it? And when he comes in the class and he's in attitude that no, I will not talk to anyone because I'm very rich, I will not intermix with anyone, I will not make any friends. Okay, for 1 month or 15 days He will enjoy. He will be in attitude that no, I'll not speak with anyone because I'm very rich. But after a few days, he will realize importance of friendship. He will never live in isolation and he will never feel good. And then he will make friends. Isn't it? So, for development, not only money, many non material things like love, emotion, friends, security, that also matters. I'll give you many other examples also where non-material things becomes more important for a human being than material thing. Take for example, if your father, he has been transferred to any state in our country, for example, where terrorist activities are there, where he is not safe. And suppose if he is given promotion also and he's been transferred and there he is getting salary double and said that you go in that area and there you will get double salary and you will get promotion also. What your father will do? Most probably 99% what your father will prefer? He will not prefer the terrorist belt. He will say that no, though I will get less money, I will live in place where I have life security, isn't it? So children here, more than money, money is a material thing and life security is non-material thing. So here, value life security is more important. So life security is non-material. So many a times it happens that non-material things are more important than material things, isn't it? So for development, not only money, many other things just matter a lot. I can give you various other examples also. Suppose if you many times you see that many people they say that no, I will not do any private job, I prefer public sector job or I like government job. What is the reason behind that? Because still it is mentality of the people in a country and it is truth also that job security and stability is seen only in public sector and government jobs. In private sector your job is not secure if you will not give performance, isn't it? Now children, this is in public sector also, you have to give performance, but then also more job security is found in public sector units. So mostly people those who want job security, those who want stable life, those who don't want to take risk, they prefer public sector units. And though they get more money in private sector units, there they get more money, but then also they don't opt for private sector. So here also more than money, non-material thing like job security is of more importance, isn't it? Various other examples you can give. Suppose your mother says you that whole day you remain home, I will give you 10,000 rupees, isn't it? Am I right or wrong? I don't know what children prefer now. And they say that we will not live with you for whole day. We will be out of the house and just we will come for 1 hour. But instead of our presence, we'll give you daily 2,000 rupees. They give them money and say that we'll not remain present with you. Will not give you time. Most of the children what they will prefer, they don't want more money, they don't want material thing, they want love and emotion of their parents, they want presence of their parents, isn't it? So here money is not so important. What is important? Non-material things like love, emotion, isn't it? So here we can say that for development of individual, for development of human being, rather than money, many other non-material things are also very important. So this aspect also, from this portion also, many question comes in exam that what are different non-material things which are important for development of an individual. A question can also come that non-material things are also very important for development of an individual. Justify the statement. If this question comes, you have to write this, answer whatever I have explained you. Okay. So this is the second aspect. This is the second aspect of the chapter. Now we'll discuss that development for one person in society can be destruction for another person. One section of the society, the richer section, certain things are development for them. But for poor people, they are not development. Just you will understand this point with help of example. For example, construction of dams, isn't it? It is beneficial and development for different industries because electricity generation takes place. But for tribals and poor people, as their establishment is disturbed, it is not development, it is destruction for them, isn't it? Many other examples can be given. Suppose if there is slums near your house, isn't it? Various poor people are living over there. If that slums are cleared off and instead of that, it is planned that a five-star hotel will be constructed over there. So, if a five-star hotel has been constructed, for this section of the society, it is development. But for poor section, their house are being broken, isn't it? The establishment has been disturbed. For them, it is not development, isn't it? So in society, various other things are there. That for one section of society, it is development. For other section of society, it is destruction. Many examples you can give if this type of question can come. This type of question, many a times it comes that prove that for one section of society, certain things are development and for another section they are destruction. Development for one can be destruction for others. Justify this statement. If this question come, you have to give example. You have to give this example and explain it. So we have discussed the three aspects. The first is what is development, isn't it? The second we have discussed that development for how development is measured, isn't it? How there is differences created between developed and developing country. What are the criteria? We have discussed that income is the main criteria through which developmental level of the country is measured. People of the country, those who are rich, naturally that country is considered, that country comes in category of developed country, and people of the country where in the country where people are not so rich, people are poor, that countries come in category of developing countries, isn't it? I've given you certain examples also. So development of a country totally depends upon the income level of the residents of the people, isn't it? We have discussed this and also we have discussed that how different people are compared with each other, how selection of different teams are being done. We have given example of your class for quiz competition, for sports competition. So in the first part of the lesson, all these things are discussed. And one important thing that we have discussed that importance of material and non-material things. Non-material things like love, emotion, job security, your life security, these are many a times more important than material things like your income and money. I've given you various examples of your father's job, of your parents, whether they give you time or not. So question comes from all these parts. So for today, this is enough. We have discussed about what is development, how development of a country is measured, what are the criterias. In my next video, in my next class, we'll discuss about how different states and countries are compared with help of different data we'll discuss. Then we'll also discuss about public facilities and different various other points we'll discuss in the next video. So for today it is enough. Your homework questions are what is development and what is the main criteria for measuring development? The second question is justify the statement that non-material things are as important than material things for people of a country. So this is enough for today. We'll continue in the next video. Thank you, children.